As much as I truly love SZA, her character in this movie kind of got me a little irritated. I cannot lie to you. I just gotta be honest. I just gotta be real. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Danny, and you are watching Poorly Explained, the new series where I recap movies and television and give my unwarranted opinions on them. Today, we are going to be discussing One of Them Days, starring Keke Palmer and SZA. We start our story at Norms, where we meet our main girl, Drew Jones. She's Employee of the Month. She's hardworking. She knows every customer by name, basically. So we know she's that girl at her job. We then meet her roommate Alyssa. She's picking Drew up from work, and their chemistry, it is top tier. Keke and SZA really ate down in this movie together. They are hilarious. For me, at least. I feel like it's so rare to see two people mesh this well together in this buddy comedy format. Because a lot of times it feels a little off to me, and it takes me out of the movie completely, but these two do a great job. As they're driving home, Alyssa is asking Drew interview questions as practice for an interview she has coming up later in the day to be the corporate franchise manager of her restaurant. Alyssa is giving her a pep talk, gassing her up, when Drew asks if Alyssa gave their rent money to their landlord, Uche. Alyssa confirms that yes, she gave him the rent money and everything's good, everything's straight, right? Dear viewer, everything was in fact not straight, because this bitch gave their fucking rent money to her ain't shit freeloading ass boyfriend. Uche then comes over to the apartment to ask for the rent money, and Drew over here confused, like, what the fuck, Alyssa? I thought you gave him the rent money. And Alyssa's like, no, he got it. Keyshawn gave it to him. And obviously he fucking didn't, because our landlord would not be at the door if he did. If I was Drew, me and Alyssa would really have to scrap. Like, I'm genuinely throwing hands, because one, I don't know this nigga from a can of paint, and two, I don't fucking trust him or like him, so I'm very confused as to why Alyssa thought this would be a good idea. So they try and call Keyshawn into Alyssa's bedroom to talk, and guess what this motherfucker is? Gone. He has disappeared into the ether with their rent money. All his shoes that were strewn all over the floor are now gone, and he has bolted. So now they have exactly 9 hours to get their $1,500 to Uche, or they will be on the street. Immediately, I'm fucking irritated because I don't play about stuff like this. I want to make sure that I have a roof over my head and a place to sleep at night, and Alyssa is just far too reckless for me. I can't live with people like that. I get that she's, like an artist and she's free-spirited and whatnot, but girl, you playing with my livelihood and well-being. We are not doing this. And honestly, after everything that happens in this movie, I probably would have moved out and never spoken to her again. But moving on, they find Keyshawn's phone because he conveniently left it at their place, so they couldn't call him, and managed to unlock it with the help of their hairdresser, Jamil. Come to find out, this freeloading ass nigga is also cheating on Alyssa with some bitch named Bernice. Like, do y'all see how men ain't shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck are you going to be living at my house rent-free and be cheating on me with the town bully? It's the audacity for me. So Alyssa is then explaining what might have happened with Keyshawn and Bernice, and we see this flashback of Keyshawn being mesmerized by this bitch, right? And I just men are so easy. It's disgusting. So now they go over to Bernice's place to confront Keyshawn, and they park in front of the building where they're not supposed to. Drew is distracting Bernice while Alyssa breaks into her apartment to see Keyshawn sleeping like a damn baby in Bernice's bed. Alyssa finds his wallet, but there's obviously no money in it, and Keyshawn admits to spending the rent money on his new t-shirt business. This is truly some damn bullshit. Now Alyssa and Keyshawn get to fighting, they start making noise, and Bernice, hearing this, rushes to her bedroom to see what the hell going on. And she's about to beat Alyssa's ass when Drew pushes her over and the girls make their escape. Lo and behold, once Drew and Alyssa get back outside, the car has been towed. Honestly, a part of me would have let Bernice beat Alyssa's ass a little bit though, cause Drew told you couldn't park there and you did it anyway. And now our car is gone. And that's even more money out of our pockets on top of the $1,500 for our rent that we do not have. So Bernice is chasing them. They get to running. And during the chase, Bernice is accidentally knocked down by a truck door. She rammed into that car so hard, she breaks the window and somehow gets back up instantly to vow revenge. At this point, they don't really have many options, so they attempt to get a loan from Payday Whenever. Cat Williams is out front telling them not to go in because it's a trap. Which is true. These payday loan places are so predatory, but they get rejected anyway because their credit score is like 200 combined, and they are laughed out of the store. We then see Bernice and Keyshawn driving around the neighborhood looking for the girls, and Keyshawn is getting more and more visibly uncomfortable. He's trying to dissuade Bernice from doing this, but she's clearly not interested in whatever he got to say and orders him to text Alyssa. It really just makes me so mad seeing him follow along with this plot to get the girls beat up. Like, nigga, have some balls and tell this girl no. Like, I already know he don't really care about Alyssa like that, but come on, dude. Back to Drew and Alyssa, they try to donate blood for money, but this extremely inexperienced nurse, Ruby, is mishandling this shit so badly. Drew has one full bag of blood already done when she asks if she can donate more for more money, and this nurse is like, go ahead, do it. And we cut to an hour later, Alyssa is asleep and Drew is still giving blood. She is pale as fuck, damn near dying in the chair. And this is when me and Alyssa would have to scrap again, because how dare you fall asleep while I'm giving blood and not stop these people before I have nothing left. But anyway, chaos ensues as Alyssa is trying to get Drew out of the chair, and they destroy the 4 blood bags Drew has given them, so they get no money. They do get vouchers for apple pies and head to Church's Chicken. Now, at this point, they have only 5 hours left on the clock. As they're walking through the drive-thru, a masked bandit steals their food, and for some reason, the restaurant wasn't going to offer to get them another pie. Like, I've never seen this happen or had my food stolen from me in this manner, obviously, but wouldn't the restaurant just give them another one? I don't know, especially since the drive-thru guy saw the theft happen. You know, like, that's where my mind goes, but I don't know. But anyway, a local man and local hottie named Maniac witnesses this theft and buys them food, sparking a potential romance with Drew. I skipped over it earlier, but we did see this guy at the girls' apartment building. He and Drew basically grew up together. So they're eating and talking, blah, 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 when Alyssa decides it's a good time to leave Drew and Maniac alone together. She's gonna try to finish the mission and let Drew relax before her interview. Maniac then gets a call from one of his homies and drives off with Drew in the car. During this though, Bernice is now at the blood bank because Alyssa texted Keyshawn's stupid ass and inadvertently let them know where they were. Bernice then also figures out that they most likely went to Church's Chicken for those damn apple pies. She is just one step behind them this entire movie, and it is so irritating to me. Now, back to Drew and Maniac. Drew finds an axe in Maniac's car, and because she's scared now, asks him about why they call him Maniac. He explains that he used to do some dumb shit when he was younger that ended up with him going to juvie. He doesn't finish the story though, because Drew gets a call from Cat Williams. His character's name is Lucky, telling her to come meet him. Alyssa just be doing some dumb ass shit, dude. She is out here trying to get a pair of retro Air Jordans hanging from a power line. Lucky mentions that this is King Lolo's, a local gang leader's neighborhood, and not to mess with them shoes. Now, this will be important later, so we can tuck that information away for now. Alyssa manages to get the shoes down, but electrocutes herself and falls right on top of Drew, making Drew pass out, leading to a trip in an ambulance, which they then flee to avoid the bill. And again, I'd have to beat Alyssa ass for the 3rd time because, girl, you have almost killed me twice now. What the fuck? So after they run off, they find out that the shoes are actually worth some good money, so they decide to clean them up a little bit, take some good product photos, and sell them to a buyer in the park. And this man is a whole scammer. He starts crying and shit, talking about his dad and his grandpa and slavery, and I'm like, hold on. How did we get here? Drew lowers the price because he's sitting here boohoo crying, and then he pops up, no tears in his eyes, and says deal. Like, Drew really got fleeced. I'm so sorry to say it, but she still earns enough to cover most of the rent though. So now Drew remembers that her interview is coming up at 4 o'clock and it's already 3:30, so she's stressing out because she's basically dressed like a stripper, but Alyssa tells her it's fine, not to worry, and just go like that. But she obviously can't go in there looking like that. I know this is not real life, so whatever she's wearing really doesn't matter, but it's like, damn, I just kind of wish she had time to at least change. Like, at least bring something with you or something. I don't know. But so they head over to where Drew is being interviewed, and it's going really well until Alyssa does something stupid again. Is anyone surprised? Alyssa's dumbass takes a picture of herself and sends it to Keyshawn again, just like what she did at the blood bank. And Bernice finds their location. I don't know what it is about Alyssa, but she just cannot help herself. She has to talk to this man and tell him where she's at. And mind you, he's the one that fucking cheated on her. Girl, you should be done with this nigga. Like, I'm so confused at this point. This bitch cannot help but ruin shit. So Bernice comes and she starts hustling with Alyssa outside. Like, they are really like fighting. Drew is trying to pretend she don't know them, but Alyssa starts calling her name and all hell breaks loose. They get beat the fuck up, naturally. The money they got for the shoes gets stolen, naturally, and Drew loses the job opportunity. Naturally. Is anyone surprised at this point? You know, this is the climax, okay? This is where everything turns to shit. Much worse than it already has, to be honest. This whole movie has been nothing but tragedy. And it's stuff like this that genuinely makes me so sad. Like, I know I'm not the only person that puts themselves into the shoes of these characters, so to keep seeing this well-meaning and hardworking woman try so hard to get where she needs to go and have it not work out every single time through no fault of her own just devastates me to no end. It's always other people bringing her down, especially Alyssa, her bestie. And to know her friend at this point in the film just does not care about the consequences of her actions in relation to Drew. Like, oh my god, I'm literally getting triggered right now. I know it's not that serious, but fuck, like, let Drew have something. Jesus. And this is exactly what Drew tells Alyssa after the whole fight situation. Like, it just feels like she's doing it on purpose. All she do is fuck up Drew's life, and honestly, I agree. During the fight, Drew says, "You chasing around a nigga that care more about his fucking shoes than he do you. He don't love you, he don't like you, and he sure as hell don't respect you." And I'm so sorry. Drew ate that. She ate that so bad. She kind of clocked past me too. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta hear it from your homies to snap you out of it for real. But as they're fighting, King Lolo, the neighborhood gangsta, he kind of controlled the neighborhood. He calls Alyssa and threatens them about the shoes they sold off. He want 5 racks, $5,000 by tonight.
Miss Jackson.
So they end up walking home all sad because they know they might die tonight. And as they get back to their apartment, all their shit is out on the street. Drew pleads with Uche to give them some more time, and he relents, giving them until 11:59 p.m. to come up with the rent money. As the girls are sitting down by their stuff, their neighbor Bethany comes over and asks if they're having a yard sale, and she picks up one of Alyssa's paintings. Wanting to buy it, Alyssa was about to give it to her for free, but Drew, with her brilliant mind, says it's $300. And in real time, we can see the best plan Drew has come up with. It is chef's kiss. They then go to Bethany's apartment and see that she's been hooked up with some new renovations and an AC that works, and Bethany mentions that Uche is completely desperate to get people to move in. Using this to her advantage, Drew says that they're having a pop-up art show and asked Bethany if she can post about it to her many followers. I know that's right, Drew. Come on, period. So we go through a little montage of the girls setting up the art show, and the event actually goes super well, attracting buyers and generating income. The woman that interviewed Drew earlier in the day shows up too and tells Drew she's really impressed at how this art show came together. She also tells Drew that she was the best meeting they had that day, so she decides that there might still be a spot for Drew to be promoted, despite everything that happened. I am so happy and proud. Like, this is literally all I wanted. That's it. I just wanted Drew to be happy. This doesn't last long though, as King Lolo arrives at the art show demanding payment for the sneakers and forces everybody out. Alyssa says that she has a plan and tells Drew to distract him. So Drew's talking to Lolo, he threatened her life with a gun, and Alyssa pops back up and says, "Yo, Lolo, Drew, this is a distraction, run, bitch!" And I'm like, girl, what kind of distraction is that? She's lucky Drew hit his ass with the refrigerator door, because they absolutely would have been dead if that didn't work. So they run down the street, not very fast, I will say. I don't know how Lolo didn't catch them, but they end up hiding under a car, and Lolo is chased off by the police for now. The girls then run back to their apartment to find Keyshawn in there for some reason with a bunch of candles lit. And he over there stuttering, talking about, "You're the only one that ever believed in me. I know how much I fucked up, blah, blah, blah." Nigga, get the fuck up out of my house. What the fuck are you doing here? I don't fucking trust you. And Alyssa's like, "Get up out of here before I call Bernice." And he talking about, "No, don't. I'm scared of her. She's strong-willed and makes me do things." Oh, so because she's not allowing your dumbass to be a bum, you're scared now? Got it, got it, got it. Men are so fucking annoying. This nigga starts serenading Alyssa, and thank God that gets cut short because Lolo comes back and busts through the front door. But he slams the door shut, and a piece of drywall comes down from the ceiling and knocks his ass clean out. He falls over, but if you notice, he knocks over one of the candles and it starts a fucking fire right next to the front door so they can't get out. The fire is getting worse, and they pull King Lolo into the room they're hiding in, and I can't lie to y'all, I would have let his ass burn up. Listen. I would have let his ass burn up, okay? Do not play with me. You come into my neighborhood, into my art show, into my apartment to try and kill me, and you think I'm gonna let you live after that? You're crazy. So while they're hiding, Alyssa and Drew apologize to each other for all the hurtful things they said and did to each other. And it is sweet. It's cute. I just don't know if I could forgive Alyssa after all this though. Like, I would definitely need some time away from you if this all went down and we friends, and you'll just have to understand where I'm coming from. Like, this is extremely traumatic. But continuing on, firefighters bust in, save the day. You love to see it. And Maniac is actually one of the firefighters. So we kind of figure out that this is why he had the axe in his car earlier. Alyssa finally dumps Keyshawn, thank God, using the "you don't love me, you don't like me, and you damn sure don't respect me" line that Drew used on her earlier. We love a full circle moment. He ends up working his moves on Bethany though, and obviously he's gonna try and be a homosexual on her couch next. I'm praying for her. We next see that King Lolo is arrested by not the police that we thought earlier, but the payday loan place that has been trying to catch him for years. Alyssa tipped them off because she saw Lolo's picture on the board at the payday spot and made a plan to catch him. She was very smart for that one, I will say. Again, I would have left his ass to die in the fire so he'd have no chance to break out of jail and come for me later, but you know, that's just me. Maniac comes back to check on Drew, and he explains that yeah, he went to juvie for some dumb shit as a kid, but afterwards, he got transferred to the firefighting academy and has been doing that ever since. Which I think is a really great program, actually. I don't know if that's real, but I love the idea of getting troubled kids into community work like that. So Drew and Alyssa are basically homeless now because of the fire, but one of their neighbors is gracious enough to let them both stay in her place for a while until they get back on their feet. So everything in the end worked out, and I'm so happy. They end off with hot Cheeto martinis, and Alyssa explains that she met a gallery owner during the pop-up event, and he asks if she'd want to do a pop-up series with him, having Drew as her business partner. So this is basically where the movie ends. Stressful tale, but we love a happy ending, and I am glad that they reconciled their differences and stayed friends after all this. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, please give it a like, comment your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more recaps in the future. Peace!